Let me show you guys something really cool. Check this out. Hey Siri, take a picture.
Okay, done.
I know you guys want to know how I did that. Stay tuned. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's going on, people? I hope you guys are doing good. Have a really fun video for you today. We're gonna be taking some regular household appliances like light switches or just lights, and then turning them into smart home devices. And we're gonna do that with the help of some Broadlink accessories. We have the Broadlink Smart Light Switch, the Broadlink Universal Remote. This is the RM4 Pro. Then we have another universal remote. This is the RM4 Mini. And then we have a sensor accessory that will give us a real-time humidity and temperature readout that pairs nicely with these two. This is the RM4 Pro and this is the RM4 Mini. So the RM4 Mini only uses IR or infrared technology, whereas the RM4 Pro utilizes RF and IR technology. So you have a little bit more versatility with the RM4 Pro. You don't get much inside the box besides some paperwork on how to set everything up. You get a micro USB to USB Type A cable used to power the unit. And then you get a nice little wall mount. So if you wanted to mount one of these on the wall, you would just screw this into the wall and then it locks into the back of the unit like so. What we're gonna do is take one of these RM4 universal remotes and pair it with that AC over there. That way it's linked to these universal remotes, and then I can control it using my smart home, which I'm on the Amazon platform, or I could just use the Broadlink app. I know that AC technically has smart home functionality built into it, but we're gonna ignore all that because there's a lot of units out there that don't have that feature, and we're gonna use the Broadlink. For this example, we're gonna be using the RM4 Pro, and we're gonna connect it to the Broadlink app. In order to do that, you need to download the Broadlink app and then tap the plus symbol in the top right-hand corner, tap on Add Device, tap on Wi-Fi Devices, then tap Universal Remote. You should see the LED light on the front of the RM4 Pro blinking a few times, about 4 or 5 times, and then stopping. And if it's doing that, that means you're in AP mode, which is exactly where you want to be. Then hit Next. Now you're going to go to your settings and connect to the Broadlink Wi-Fi device. Let it connect. Now bounce back over to the app, hit Done again. Then go up here and then find the Wi-Fi network you want to connect to. I created a custom one called Broadlink. We're going to tap that. Then connect now. So you can see the device is connected to the Wi-Fi network. Now the phone is connecting to the Wi-Fi network named Broadlink. If it gets stuck, you might need to bounce over to the settings and then manually connect to that network. So you can see now it's connected. We can go back to the app and now it's searching for the Broadlink device and boom, that's it, it's done. So now if we tap on the device, tap Join Room, we can select what room we want to put this device in. For this example, we're going to select the living room. Now we can name the device. We're just going to leave it Wi-Fi Universal Remote, and then we're going to add Pro. Hit Save. So sub-devices are going to be like the temperature and humidity sensor that we can connect to it, which we'll do that in a little bit. So we're going to skip for now. And we can go to Use Device Now, and that's it. To add an appliance to one of the universal remotes, we're going to select the remote. So we have Wi-Fi Universal Remote Pro, the one we just connected. Tap on it, tap on Add Appliances. Now we're going to select the appliance we're adding, which in this case, it's going to be an AC. So at the top, we have AC Remote Full Display. We're gonna tap on that. We're gonna tap Add Appliance. Now we need to find the brand of the AC, which is Media. So we have it right here. And now it's gonna give you a bunch of different options, and you're gonna try each option until the buttons work. So if it powers on, that means you found the correct option. So let's start with option 1, test option 1, hit turn on. Boom, right away. The unit's already turned on. I can adjust the temperature. I can select the mode. I can turn it off and on, and I can adjust the fan speed. So since it works, we'll tap on It Works Well. Hit Continue. It's going to be in the living room. Now we'll name our device. We'll do air conditioner is fine. Actually, we'll change it to AC. Hit Save. And then tap on I Know It. You can see immediately, because I have the app connected to my Amazon smart home ecosystem, it automatically connected it. So now we can tap on use device now, and that's it. And it's already linked to my smart home. As you can hear, the AC is really blowing right now. Let me show you how you can turn it off using your smart home. Alexa, turn off AC. And it's off, just like that. This is the temperature and humidity sensor USB cable that I talked about in the beginning. Let me show you how this works and how you can pair it with the RM4 Pro or the RM4 Mini. So you're gonna disconnect the RM4 Pro or Mini and then connect the temperature sensor to it, like so. And then connect this end to your wall adapter. Once the temperature and humidity sensor is connected to the wall, you can tap on whatever universal remote you're using. So in this case, we're using the Remote Pro. So we'll tap on it. And you can see at the top, we have an indoor temperature reading as well as an indoor humidity reading. So that way you can schedule whatever devices you have connected to that universal remote to run in order to reach a certain indoor or humidity level. The Broadlink app technically supports over 50,000 devices when it comes to pre-configurations. However, if you want to dial in your own device like I did with my A7R4, you can do that. So let me show you how I did that so you can control your camera with the Broadlink app in one of the RM4 devices. The first thing you need to do is make sure that the IR remote control setting in your camera is turned on. Not all Sony cameras have this, but the A7R4, A7S III, and the A7 III all feature IR sensors. So just go into your settings, locate it, and make sure it's turned on. To do this method, we first need the IR remote for the camera. So we have the Sony one. Now we're gonna select the universal remote that we're gonna be using. Now we'll tap Add Appliance, select the room that it's gonna be in, give it a name, hit I know it, use device now, and now you can start programming the function buttons. So I've already programmed this remote, so we're gonna go back, and we're gonna select Sony, and you can see I've programmed the shutter, the delay, the record, zoom in, and zoom out. So if I tap on zoom in, you can see it zooms in on the camera, and if I tap on zoom out, you can see it zooms out. I'm gonna go ahead and program a new button. We're gonna program the center button right here on the camera, which on the remote, it does the exact same thing, which it puts it into APS-C mode. So I'm gonna go to Add Function Button. I'm gonna go to Start Learning, point the remote at the RM link. You can see it recognized it right away. We're gonna tap on that symbol, hit Yes, hit Next. Now I'm going to name it Super 35. And then I'm going to select an icon. Oops, that was 36. Let's do 35. Now I'm gonna select an icon, which can be the square. I'm gonna hit OK. So you can see right there, it says Super 35. Now if I tap on it, let me toss the remote. If I tap on Super 35, you can see it is working completely. Now what's really nice is I can tap on the three little dots in the top right, tap on Property, go into Add to Siri, and then tap on Add Siri Shortcut, choose Action. Now I'm gonna select Super 35, hit Add Siri Voice Command. Now when I say Super 35 mode, hit Add to Siri. Now when I say, Hey Siri, Super 35 mode.
Okay, done.
You can see it work. The downside to using a user-defined remote setting is the fact that it's not selecting a specific brand, so it's not going to work with your ecosystem in terms of Amazon or Google. However, you can use if this then that and then tie everything together if you want to use it with like Alexa or Google Home. So that's how you can turn things like your TV, or maybe you have electric blinds or curtains, or maybe a portable AC into a smart device using universal IR and RF transmitters. Now, let's turn some basic household LED or non-LED lights into smart lights using the smart light switch. Let's go ahead and get this thing installed. Installing the light switch was really easy. In fact, it was just like installing a regular light switch, except you do have to cap off the ground wire. That's what it calls for in the installation instructions. And then make sure you connect the hub in order to link the smart switch to the hub, and then it can link to your Wi-Fi network and be controlled with your smart home ecosystem of choice, whether that's Google Home or Amazon. So the smart switch actually looks really nice, and it can be used as a regular switch just by tapping on the little square right here. So when it's off, you'll see like a blue LED, and then when it's on, that blue LED turns off. Let me give you a quick example of just how well this can work with your smart home ecosystem. Alexa, turn off ceiling lights. I mean, it works really good. What's great about all of these Broadlink accessories, what's great about all of these Broadlink accessories and smart home devices that we talked about today, the RM4 Pro, the RM4 Mini, and the smart light switch, they can all be added into your smart home ecosystem using routines and scenes. Another plus with all of these Broadlink smart home devices is they're really affordable. I'm gonna drop links in the description so that way you can check out pricing for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you have any questions regarding Broadlink smart home devices, or if you want to see future videos, make sure to subscribe and leave me a comment down below. And make sure you turn on notifications to be alerted whenever new content drops. And I'll see you beautiful people in the next one.